Welcome to another episode of the Doll Diaries. Now I am so super excited today because I am opening a smart doll that I've ordered directly from Danny Chu, Cultra, Japan. Now I haven't ordered a whole doll from Danny before. Now you may have seen I've got a series of videos on YouTube about smart doll. So I got into the hobby. I was collecting heads and body parts and things with advice from a friend online, a friend on Instagram, Kelly, and she told me things I needed to buy, and she even told me that the head that I first ordered was an anime, and she told me what eyes, and she told me a lot. So without that friend I couldn't have started my smart doll journey that way. And the first thing I owned was a smart doll body that she sold to me. So yeah, it was super exciting to get into the hobby. This was in January 2025. We are now June 2026. But since then I've collected more bits, and also I've had 3 lovely unboxing experiences because Vanessa, who watches my YouTube, who I got to know through YouTube, she sold me 3 complete dolls that hadn't been like messed with or anything. They all had their original wigs and eyes, and I've had 3 lovely experiences opening those dolls because Vanessa just doesn't add the doll, she adds all these surprises. So they've been really exciting, even though I hadn't had them directly from Danny in Japan. But this is my very first time having one directly from Danny, and so yeah, it's super exciting. Now this doll is a pre-order. Now she is a doll that Danny has had before in many forms actually. She was in a different form. She had a very wide eye, the anime eye. She had milk skin, and she was basically the companion to Mirai. So if you know much about Smart Doll, Danny released Mirai, who was a character he created, and she's like the Smart Doll mascot. She has been for like many years, and I think his store is called the Mirai store. Well, she had a blonde blue-eyed companion when they were released, so I'll try and get a photo of the very first dolls on there. But my doll will not look like that blue-eyed blonde, but basically they are the same character. So I think they was in 2012 he would have first had them, and they were in milk. And then he bought out an anniversary, well, her name's Kizuna, and he bought out, so I believe, an anniversary doll, and I think that may have been in maybe 2019. I'm not entirely sure. I'm really sorry if I get that wrong, but he did give a few of his original girls, Mirai and Kizuna and a few others, the cinnamon treatment. I saw a poster, an old post of Danny's. He called it the cinnamon treatment. So then she came out in cinnamon. So there is an alternative. So she's an anime with a more closed eye. She's basically the same sculpt as the Kanata. Am I saying it right? I keep trying to call my doll, because I don't call her by her official name, I call her Kitty. Kanata, that's what her official name is. I think I try and call her Katana, many of the Japanese fighting sword, but Kanata. I've got Kanata in the tanned, but I bought her as a head only. She was my very first head that I purchased. So he gave them the cinnamon treatment. So, and I think there's been a Kizuna alternative as well, a Kizuna smile. But anyway, all that aside, there's been loads of Kizunas. There's been loads of artwork. Some of them she's got the wider eye, some of them she's got the smaller eye. Maybe I will include a lot of these photos and things along the way in my video. You might like to see some artwork. She's got a whole story behind her. Like, I read this really long story about her actually, about she come from a wealthy family, and then she went off and made it on her own and all kinds of things. But I don't think that's the story you read when you go on the Smart Doll website under her where she's sold. Well, at the moment you can't buy this Kizuna in cinnamon because this was a pre-order and it just says that they're you can say email me when back in stock, but in my experience when you click that, I think it tells you just to follow X. So follow Smart Doll Land on X, which is the old Twitter, and you get regular updates then on all the things that are dropping. Now, before I get opening, I just want to say something quickly. We are going through an extreme heat wave in the UK. We have got a red warning today. Now, yesterday we didn't have a red warning. It was an amber warning, but oh my goodness, it was torture. So today's the red warning, so hopefully I can get all this video done today, but I might not do. And if my husband decides to pull up, then I'll probably make an abrupt end to this bit of filming. But don't worry, if I have to film over a number of days, I will put it all in one video anyway. So this is why I don't think I've been so scantily dressed on YouTube before, and I've got my hair up. I've literally got my hair in a bobble. I've got it plaited and then folded 3 times and then clipped up because I'm just getting really warm. I'm not too bad in here at the moment, but it's extremely warm upstairs, so yes. So anyway, shall we get opening my lovely Kizuna? I'm so excited about her. So I'm going to use a box opener to get into here, and I may forward this boring bit for you. Oh, and what I have seen people on YouTube recommend when you open these is not to dig a blade in because you can rip the bag. But what I do is I just lift it to make a slice. I'm lifting the box away, if you know what I'm saying, as I go along. Just a little bit at a time. If you've not met me before on YouTube, my name is Claire. I've been on YouTube a long time. I was initially just sharing things I've made, and I'm still making things all the time. This is my craft room. But I mainly do dolly stuff these days, just because the things I make the most are for dolls. I do dress make. Well, actually, what I'm wearing now is something I've made. It's a dress. So I don't always say this, and in a lot of my doll videos, I'm actually wearing things I've made, but I don't often mention it. I think, what was I wearing last night? I think I was wearing a Miffy the Rabbit top last time. I made that as well. So, here we go. Yeah, I'm really sorry to because some of my Stitch Diary people do watch my doll videos, and I'm very sorry I haven't done Stitch Diary in ages. It's just because it's just the way it's gone, and it wasn't just, and dolly makes were a lot easier because I was had to move out of my craft room for renovation, move back in again, and I'm still in the process of moving things. I've still got things in the garden room, I've still got things in the garage room, so yes, I can't always be doing lots of dressmaking and things because at the moment I've got a hell of a lot of things on my desk, but I've got enough room to cut out dolly clothes. Cutting out human clothes is a bit of a different rigmarole basically. So this is the bag that you currently get. So this doll will be on something called the Evolve frame. So before this one there was the Gen 2. And I guess there was one more body before that. I have some Gen 2s. I don't have any of the body before, the original bodies. But these click, the joints do, but they're much stronger. They can do things like hold like heavy phones and things, which apparently the Gen 2 might not, but I haven't tested it myself anyway. What a hair on my face. Right, so this is the Smart Doll bag, and it says be seen with Smart Doll. Now I have got this bag already. I've had definitely this bag with a doll I bought from Vanessa, and I may have purchased one of these bags as well off eBay. Because to start with, I wasn't getting any bags or anything or stand. I was having to buy all these things separately. So I'd be delighted if somebody was selling the bag, the stand and the underwear, because I was buying bodies and heads and things and didn't have all the other things. So So I'm getting to see how they come exactly, although I do have a good idea. I've watched unboxings myself of people getting dolls directly from Smart Doll. So yeah, this is super exciting. So this is how we look inside. And what does this say on her head? Kizuna Umendo, that's her surname. Cinnamon. Oh, and apparently this doll, I had her on my wish list. I've got 2 dolls in my wish list on the Smart Doll Guru. So if you know about Lady Disdain, her husband John has got this website called the Smart Doll Guru. You can add your collection and you can add things in your wish list. I had Kizuna in Cinnamon in my wish list and one of the doll. So, and the whole time I've been collecting, she had not been around, but she dropped, so that's why I had no guilt checking out. So I hope the other doll in my wish list doesn't get released too soon, because I need a bit of recovery time before I get another. So you need to get the box out first, because the doll will be kneeling and you won't be able to get her out. So I initially was trying to order some accessories and my PayPal payment kept on crashing on my phone. So I didn't know, is it because I'm trying to order a pre-order item and current items? So I ended up taking the extra things I'd added out. But then, so I've only got a bust, and the only extra thing I've got in here is a bust that I ordered. And but what it is, I checked out on my laptop, so I kind of kicked myself. It worked, and I kind of kicked myself because I wanted a pair of shoes and I wanted this underwear and things. I wanted some other things, but I'll order another time, because I will admit I want some hands. I want some hand packs that I don't have, and the hand packs I want aren't available at the moment. So it might be good to order when those hand packs come in, and hope the other things are available. Oh, look at her little face. So she's going to look like my Kitty, if you've met Kitty before. Kitty is Kanata in tea. And so she's got the same face mould, but this doll is going to look a lot happier because Kitty looks rather moody. When I was choosing my first head to purchase, when Kelly sold me the body for my first Smart Doll, she sent me a link to 2 heads. I said, which one? Pick from these. And I chose Kitty, who's Kanata in tea, because the body was tea. And she said that, oh, you've chose anime. To be honest, I can't even remember what the other head was that she shared with me. Maybe if I go back over a year ago and look at our conversation, I can find out what were the options. Oh my goodness. Oh gosh, it's lovely seeing her with a blue eye. My Kitty has got they're not Smart Doll eyes, they're just some other eyes, I think, anyway. And I thought they were brown. I got them from Kelly, she gave them me for free, and they're red. And to be honest, I've kept them in because it's kind of her character. I can't imagine taking them out and having something else in there. Oh wow, she's wonderful. Now I did, on the photos, I will admit, looking at the photo of Kizuna in milk and Kizuna in cinnamon, I do prefer Kizuna in milk when I look at the photo. However, I know that when I take photos of my cinnamon, they don't look quite as dark as Danny's photo did. And I think when I take photos of really light dolls, I haven't got a Smart Doll in milk, but I've got other dolls in a very light tone. They look a lot lighter, so I think it might be Danny's lighting in his studio. But I know this doll looks quite pale on my photos. Oh my goodness. I almost don't want to touch her skin. I do wash my hands. So she's got the underwear that they all come in underwear, they never come in clothes, and they don't come wearing their wig. And she's got the orange head cap at the moment. and that's where her stand goes. So there will be a doll stand in here. I'm sorry to all you regular doll, smart doll people. It's probably stuff you're sick of hearing, isn't it? But you never know. There might be somebody who's watching my video and they've never seen a smart doll, so I have to bear that in mind. But yeah, so she's an original character of Danny's, although the eye was a lot wider when he first released her and she was in milk, and mine is a more closed, a smaller anime eye, and she's in cinnamon, and she's been in cryo sleep in this colour for 5 years apparently. So yes, I'm super excited to have her. So just for now, I'm going to pull a plastic up. Can you hear the click? I'm going to sit her on here. I'm not sure about this is my craft desk. I do my cutting out on here. I do my fray checking. I've got my overlocker over there and my cover stitch machine here, and all bits and bobs, and loads of like rulers and things, loads of quilting rulers and things, all piled in like stands and things here. So so this is the box that's inside, and I'll show you. So her wig is in here. Somebody was asking, is the wig lighter on the milk doll to the cinnamon girl? But I said, I think it's just lighting. So unless somebody has got both dolls next to each other, only they'd know. And you always have to bear in mind, not every wig could be the same. There could be some differences, couldn't there? This is her doll stand. It's a telescopic stand with a extendable bit. This extends out, if you're wondering why it's extremely small. And this is the card that Danny has sent. To be honest, I forgot to ask him to sign anything. I would have liked having something signed to me personally, because I've not been into getting signed things because they weren't signed to me, but I just totally forgot. I got so excited about ordering her. Now these dolls, I can see there's a 2 pear-shaped dolls. I've only got the classic shape. There's dolls that have got different skin conditions and an amputee, and there is a doll with something on, I don't know what that is. It is some medical thing down here. So these are things you can request. You can order dolls with skin conditions, and you can request certain medical issues if you want to have a doll that's got a medical issue that you have. And these dolls are beautiful, and if you can show that a doll has got these things and still looks beautiful and things. So, oh my goodness, so I'm going to show you this bust. Now this is a bust I have never had before, and it is called the Adventure Bust. Now, what I like the default bust, although I do have the NX large, the really large one that's got nipples, and I've got some medium busts as well, and I've got some push-up busts as well. So I do like the animated look on the busts, but I do like the default bust. The only thing I'm not overly keen on, and it depends on how you want your doll to look, even though this bust is a good size, see, it's quite a good, she's got a good size bust, hasn't she? On some photos, I had a look at my early ones, on some photos head on, the bust can look non-existent, and my Lexi looked like she just had no bust. She wouldn't do now. Well, I've had the really large bust on her at times, but this is kind of the answer. If you don't want to go to the medium bust, this bust apparently is a go-between. So this apparently is the same size, but it has more cleavage. What I'd say is my experience with the push-up bust, I don't think that is any larger than the default bust either. It's just, it's all up sort of thing. So yeah. Now I don't think I'm using this bust on this doll. I think I'm going to put the medium on her, and the medium that I've got on Cinnamon North I might put on Kizen. I don't know yet. But there we go. Now the reason I'm thinking about putting the larger option onto Kizuna is because on all her animated pictures, she is very busty. So I think it might lend, her medium bust might lend itself more to her character. Or this would look busty enough, wouldn't it really? So yeah, I'll have a little think. This is listed as ADV smooth. So if I do want to change her bust, I've got to do some arm taking up and things. Right, let me go and get North, and I need to make a decision. I just got a notification up on my phone then about another drop of a doll on the Smart Doll website, because I have notifications for them to come up. So this is North. I'm not giving her a good introduction. She's an anime. She's the most animated look, I think, out of all of them. Although she hasn't got a large eye socket, really. Maybe the same as Kizuna. I can't. I have to. Let me have a look at them closer. So yeah, their eyes look. I'd say the eye holders look the same, but because my North has got such heavy eye makeup in comparison to Kizuna, it's really hard to see exactly. So maybe somebody could tell me. I don't know what her face mould is. Where is the mould name on them? I thought they had a mark on them saying what they are, what face mould they are, but yeah, I can't see one. So, little North, do you fancy losing this medium bust? And I must admit, this bust, oh, this is a Harry Potter that I crocheted. She's looking a bit witchy at the moment because she's got a Halloween dress on that I made for her. I did put this on my mini Dolphy Dream and it looks lovely on her. I've put some snaps on the back of it now. When I first made it, it was just pinned. Oh, she's got some nice white underwear on. I'm causing myself a bit of a job here, aren't I? Her sleeves popped in because I didn't bother to take her hands off. It can be easier getting them dressed and undressed when they've got hands on. As your hair elastic has broke while we've been in this. So this is the medium bust. It's nice, isn't it? Right, I'm sorry, girl. We're giving you a downgrade. Wow, is it a downgrade, really? Now, to remove the bust, you need to take their arms out. So I hold their bodies. I don't like doing this, but it is necessary if you want to change these busts. So I don't try and make a habit of this, really. I kind of try and choose the bust for a doll and then stick with it. I don't want to keep changing them too often. I don't like taking their heads off too often either. So there's the medium bust. So let me have a look at this. Can you see the difference with the medium to this adventure bust? What else can I show you? See, you can really see the difference here, can't you? I'll be able to show you the I want to do this one at a time, actually. I don't really... I'll save all that kind of photography for Danny. So let's try this adventure bust on North. That's how it looks on. It's really sweet, isn't it? I really like it. Hear that click? There we go. So when I got her from Vanessa, she was on a default bust and I changed her to the medium. So this is only the second time I've changed her. I don't think her head is going to spin around. So there she is. Get her a bit closer to you. I think that bust is beautiful. And I think it will look a lot nicer actually with this dress. Although she needs something different on really, doesn't she? I don't know if I've ever mentioned when I've done any unboxings, the hands are lovely. They've got like little handprints on. Do you know, if you was a palm reader, you may appreciate that kind of thing, mightn't you? I wonder if all their palms have got the same print. I guess so. I guess it's a mould. I wonder if there's any palm readers that watch my channel or have smart dolls. Have you read their palm? Can you read anything from their palm? Yes, this seems to go okay. I don't know if there was any alternative with the sizing of this dress at all. Some of the patterns I wonder which way this goes. Yes, some of the patterns I've made, there's an option for a medium bust. So I always make, when there's a choice, the medium bust option. Just because I feel that if I've got some with medium bust, they can swap the clothes then. And they don't look too big on the standard busts. Oh, North, you are gorgeous. Oh, sorry. I'm sitting here, meant to be doing showing off Kizuna, and I'm just like getting all happy over North. It's just nice having some dolly time and things. I can't spend all my time in here, unfortunately. Right, Kizuna. Let's give you a bust upgrade. Now, I don't know if I should take this bra off her for now. So scary. Jen, my friend on YouTube, Jen who's Blythe and Bags, she's got her first smart doll. As March Payne, who is also on YouTube, they're my online YouTube doll friends. They've been talking about me, saying that I just take their arms off and I'm fearless. I do fear. I do. I might not look like I do, but I do fear. So I'm going to put that bust into the bag to keep it clean and safe and things. Right. When I look at her, like from this angle, she almost looks like North, you know. Danny's got lots of videos on YouTube, although he doesn't bring out much these days. He's got loads of content about smart dolls, so you do have to be careful that some of the videos he's got are rather old, so that, you know, products have changed, bodies have changed and things. But if you kind of go to his website and go to latest and work your way back that way, then you're going to get all the more recent content. Although a lot of these contents about things are like sometimes like 5 years old or something. Put her here like this. Now Danny in some of his videos recommends taking your doll's head off to apply their wig, but I think I heard him say, or I heard somewhere, that they're starting to put more elastic in the wigs so they're not as hard to get on. Now sometimes it's better when you get a new doll to dress your doll and then put her wig on, and then keep the wig nice, but I haven't decided what I'm putting on her yet. Oh, this is a lovely yellowy blonde. Oh, she's like my Donna Donut. I'll just get one of my Blythe dolls. I hope you don't mind. Okay. Oh gosh, it's fallen off. This is Donna Donut Blythe doll. You might have seen Blythe dolls before, you might not have done. She's got this lovely sunshine yellow hair. And yeah, sometimes I like rocking more natural blonde. But I really like this kind of yellowy look as well. Because it's fantasy, isn't it? I don't think I'd want my hair like this. But on a doll, hang on, let me just get her out this stand actually. This dress doesn't sit particularly well in a stand. I made this dress. She has got a donut theme and she came with a donut dress, but I made her another one, and oh my goodness, I had this kind of envisioned and then it came out way better than I imagined. And I did her hair in this bubble style, and I've just left her like it, and I've done a whole shelf that's really sweet treat themed, and she's lovely, isn't she? So let's have a look. So yes, it's rather similar. I'd almost say this looks more natural than this hair, doesn't it? Oh, how lovely. Oh, I've loved getting her down. Now, I crocheted this donut and I put it on her head like this. Her stand is lovely as well. I will show you my shelf at the end of this video or later on in this video if you're interested in seeing it. But anyway, let's have a look at this gorgeous wig. Now, I think because it's shorter, I like long hair, I prefer it, but because it's a little shorter, it'll be a bit more manageable. I bought a really lovely wig for Summer Smart Doll, but it isn't a Culture Japan one. It's another brand. It is. So I flip the front of my wigs up like this at the front to get the fringe out of the way. I put that part of the wig to the front of the head, and then I slide it on at the back. It's very, oh, it's stretchy, so stretch it, stretch the elastic. Right, at the moment, look, see, it's over her face. So what we do is, I'm going to move it down. Now, do we want a long fringe in your eyes? I need to have a look on the website to see how they style this. Now, what I'm doing is her fringe at the moment is in her eyes. So I'm kind of just, see, I've got a middle part in. I'm giving her kind of a side, almost a side parting with a fringe. But she hasn't got like a parting as such. It's kind of all coming down from the crown. Oh my goodness, Kizuna. She's in the shade at the moment because the light is on your side, so look at her. Oh my goodness. Now, when I got into Smart Dolls, I only had Kanata, and I went to a doll show and I met a lady, Jane, who she knew me from online, and then we met each other like spontaneously at this show, and she had Kizuna. I didn't know what her name was then, and she showed me lots of photos of her, and I said, I think this is like my favourite mould of Smart Doll. And she said, yeah, she's just beautiful, isn't she? And we were just like going potty over all her photos and everything. So I don't know if her Kizuna was tanned or cinnamon or anything, but I just remember absolutely loving her. And I'm just so happy I have this doll now. And I feel like she's so famous because I've done so much research on Smart Doll and Mirai and everything. I feel that I really needed this doll. Excuse me, hold in her bust. It just feels so wrong just leaving her topless like this. So we need to get her in some clothes. Now, I haven't made her a welcome gift at this time because I am still in the process of making something from my Elowin Wild doll. Now, if you've been watching my recent videos, I attended something called the Virtual Blythe Retreat, which I've been telling you about, and I won an Elowin Wild doll. She was I've called her Dawn, and she's a Gwen doll, and I'm making something for her. So here's some of the bits I've sewn already. I need to turn these inside out. I'm making like a, oh, it's underneath there. It's a bit like a long A-line pinafore number, and I'm going to team it up with a shirt she came with. So yeah, so I need to finish making that first. But don't worry, that will be a separate video. What I make for her will be in this video. So I think I'm going to keep her name because, you know, she's famous for who she is, isn't she, Kizuna? But maybe I'll get her dressed up in something I've made previously or something I own, and then I'll make something for her. And I'm thinking maybe something summery. So should we have a look at some clothes for her? Now, I've been taking lots of photos for the World Cup. So here's my mini me and my mini husband in their England tops.
Motion detected at the front door.
Welcome back. Now we are now hours later. It's now evening time. I started this morning, but I've had to pick up a car that we bought from the garage to take it back. We had to reject it due to its problems when we basically bought it, and it was just under 2 years old. So, and then we've ended up having to go and look for another car, which we haven't sorted yet, but it's took all day. So I'm back home. So here's some of the girls. So all the girls here, they're all wearing clothes that I've made. So that's why I'm showing you, because I've either got to take something of these off them, or get something else, or we'll swap around or something. But I just wanted to show you what these girls are wearing first, and then we'll have a look on the clothes rack. So here is my clothes rack that I use for them. So I only put things I've made on this rack. I don't put anything that I've had from anywhere else. I sometimes I feel quite proud of my achievements. So sometimes I just like to see them all in one place. I get a lot of enjoyment dressing my dolls up in clothes that I've made. It's like if you've made anything, whether it's doll clothing or not, you know, sometimes I think, oh wow, I can't believe I've made that kind of feeling, even now with how many years I've been making things for. So yeah, I still get that enjoyment. So we're just going to put her in something for now. The only thing that I think I can visualise her in at the moment, and as well, we've got to think about the time of year, we're having a heat wave, is either this that I made for Valentine's Day. I think red would look lovely on her, and it'd be nice and cool for this heat wave we're having. Or maybe this Chinese dress that I made. I think that would look lovely on her. So hopefully I did make this to accommodate the medium bust, which she now has. So I'll just get this moved out of the way. Now I would really like to make her the Culture Japan style top in the blue and white. I've made an orange one. Well, it was kind of the Culture Japan inspired, because my print that I did, I made my own stencil and I inked it on. There we go. Oh, she looks lovely. Right, I'm going to change the camera angle. Okay, I haven't put any socks or shoes on her at this time. I'm not too bothered at the moment, although all the other girls have got socks on saying this, so maybe I am bothered. But yeah, she fits lovely even with this medium bust in this. But oh my goodness, isn't she beautiful? I'm so happy to have her. She's so pretty. Right, I'm just going to get Kitty next to her. Now Kitty is tanned and Kizuna is cinnamon. Kitty has got a non-authentic, well, just a non-Culture Japan anime eye. This is what Kelly gave to me when she knew that this was the head that I'd ordered from eBay. And obviously Kizuna is in the beautiful eyes she's come with. And these are the same sculpt, but you can see Kizuna's got like a little smile. She looks a bit happy, doesn't she? Kitty always looks moody. And she's wearing this is the Little My outfit I made for the Smart Doll I call Little My. But she's not looking so Little My at the moment. She's looking very pink haired. And she's got the pink anime eyes in her pink dress and things. So who should we get next to her? Somebody cinnamon. Maybe we'll get North. Right, what do you think of your new bust, North? So North is now on the adventure bust, but you can't really see much here. Oh, wow. She looks so stunning. They all do. I love them all. So I need to decide on what I'm going to make for Kizuna now, make her own outfit. And yeah, I'll show you what I'm going to make, and I'll make it and then show you. Okay, I really fancy making this Sailor Moon outfit for her, and it's by Requiem Art Designs, and I've got some of the pattern pieces ready. However, I do need to measure her bust because it says it will fit up to 24 centimetres. Right, she's measuring, if I pull it snugly, 24 centimetres. So I think this might just about fit her. Okay, I've sorted out all my fabrics, but it seems to be that the two blues that I've got, neither of them have been laundered. And as this is going on a doll, I'm going to overlock my edges and put these through the wash. So my blue fabrics have been laundered and dried and ironed and things, and I left these overnight, but I sewed the darts in and I've done some fray checking around the edges, so I'm going to sew the shoulder seams and things in now. I think the collar needs to be made, but I need to cut the collar out, which is the blue fabric. Right, I'm not going to show every step of the sewing of this. I hadn't planned on doing a sew along. It's just a snippet. It's just this video is about unboxing my doll. So please excuse, she's scantily dressed still. She's here with me right on my desk here. I've got all kinds of things going on here. Barbies and things, yes. And I've got some Blythes up here. Just a few. So yeah, I'm going to get sewing. This is my happy place. Okay, I've sewn those shoulders together and I've just finger pressed those. Now I'm going to put this over here. Now my friend sent me this, isn't it wonderful? It's an IKEA bag, a doll size one. They can go to IKEA shopping. I've never taken a Smart Doll to IKEA. I have taken a Barbie. My Mini-Me and Ken have gone to IKEA. So what I'm going to do, I've got this lovely mannequin. Sorry, I can't remember the name. I bought this from my friend and she bought it directly from the designer. My lovely girl's hand is in the way. Now, actually, I need two hands for this, but this mannequin has got the medium bust on it. So I could actually pin it onto here to check it's going to fit. And I could also pin it onto Kizuna and see if it's going to fit this medium bust. Worst case scenario, I could make another, or I'll have to put a different bust on her when she's wearing it. I think the fit is going to be okay. I've tried to pin similar to like the seam allowance, and I've pinned at the back, although I have probably pinned a tad less than what it will be with the Velcro. It will probably be a bit more, but look, there's plenty of room. So even if I fold one edge over for Velcro, I think this is going to fit okay with Kizuna's medium bust, which is great news, isn't it? Oh my goodness, guys, I can't wait to chat with you again and tell you what I've been getting up to. But I've been watching some anime and I've been really inspired. I've made an outfit and I just need to make some socks to go with it. So what I'll do is I'll get these socks made and then I'll get back on camera and I'll show you everything I've made and why. Now, if you are familiar with the 90s Sailor Moon, then you'll know her uniform well. She wears a uniform like this. Now, I've seen images of her with a sash kind of tie and a bow. Now, I haven't watched the 90s anime or read the manga. So this is all what I've found from going online and having a look. Now, what I discovered is that this bow and sash would be red. The collar and the skirt would be blue and the band would be blue, and all these trims are white. What I'm finding, and I don't always know if I'm looking at somebody's art or if it's actually off the anime and things, so I don't believe that her actual school uniform had the white or had the ribbon going around the bottom. However, it's a lovely feature, and all the ones I've been seeing, they wear long sleeves, so these bands around their wrists. Well, that aside, now I was desperate to watch the Sailor Moon, and I have been for a while, but unfortunately wherever I get directed I just can't watch it. But I knew there was some modern day stuff on Netflix. Well, because of this doll and because of this video I'm making, I decided to just bite the bullet and watch the movies. So I've watched Sailor Moon, the Cosmos movie, which is in 2 parts, and then the other movie, Pretty Guardian, Sailor Moon Eternal. I'm on part 2 of that movie. So, but their uniform is different, their school uniform. They wear blue on the collars, blue skirt, long sleeve again, but their trim is like a burgundy red, and their bow is more like a burgundy red. That's how it looks on my screen anyway. Well, I haven't got any, well, I do have burgundy red fabric, but I don't have burgundy red ribbon. So I just kind of made the modern day, like the Sailor Moon Cosmos. Anyway, do you want to see what I've made? Now, I've got Mirai here. I think she's Kizuna's sidekick. And I've made an alteration to her uniform, but we're going to talk about Kizuna first. Now, I made these ankle socks. Now, they're the same pattern as Mirai socks, but this fabric is much stretchier and this isn't. And they've ended up a little bit more ankle than I'd desired, and I made 2 pairs. Anyway, do you want to see my girls? So I've got the mannequin here because I've got the sash on here, and Mirai is here. And she's got this little bag. I could do with opening it out a little bit, actually, or fit stuff in the bottom of it. But she's got her Figma Mirai in here. But we'll go to Mirai in a moment. This is about Kizuna. So here's her sash, which I haven't tried on yet. And here she is. So now I will admit, I actually sewed these sleeves and I forgot to put the band on it, and I thought, oh my goodness, I just can't leave that off. So I had to unpick this, sew them on, sew the ribbon on, and then put it back together. But here she is. Oh, doesn't she look gorgeous? Especially with Mirai. I'll show Mirai as well, her little sidekick. But yeah, it'd be really nice to have the wide-eyed Kizuna as well that came out, you know, like originally, or having a doll of similar sorts if I could get the right wig and things. But oh my goodness, you know, they just look lovely together. Now this, I've put a press stud on it, so I can take this off. So when this goes on, the knot will cover the press stud that's on the shirt. But I've not tried it on yet, so we'll do that in this video. And yeah, and what I did with Mirai, I've always had a ribbon and I thread it through the back and tied it on, but it's always been a bit of a nightmare. So now I've got a big press stud. It's actually, this one's a bit smaller, but the knot on Mirai's is a lot bigger. so I felt like I had a bit more room. But this is a back opening, so I could just do it in the centre, where this, it's kind of it opens at the front. So I thought, I hope I can get it central enough. So there is an optional dicky to a piece that you can put in here, but once you put it in, you can't remove it. But Mirai has got what looks like a dicky, but it's actually a top, like a boob tube underneath, if you know what I'm saying. So maybe I've got a photo of baby Kitty wearing that, actually, Kitty Smart Doll, because I made this outfit before I even had Mirai, but Mirai wears it most of the time now. So I could make one of those for Kizuna for this uniform, but she's got no bra on under here, and she does have the medium bust, and I did realise it's probably only just about going to fit. So yes, she's quite, it's a good job she hasn't got the nipples, isn't it, because they would be sticking out. And yes, and I'm the only female in this house. I live in a house full of men, so my husband and sons. So yes, I don't know what they would say about it if if that was happening. So but my goodness, aren't they lovely? So I'm gonna get them in shot, or definitely Kizuna in shot, and I'm gonna get back in front of the camera, and we're gonna have a bit of a Dolly and Sailor Moon chat. So welcome back to the other side. Now I must admit I'm a little bit nervous right now, because I've stood Kizuna here and I've put her stand on, and her stand isn't actually touching, so she's literally standing all on her own. Although if she was to topple backwards, I do know the stand is there, but I wanted to check the stand was going to work, but because she stood on her own, I had no need to do it. But to get the stand in, I have had to undo the top of the skirt just a little bit, and then just for it to sit nicely, I've undone her top, which actually has given it a bit more of a looser look, hasn't it? So what I thought I'd do is I'll try the tie on her, and I will speak to you a little bit about Sailor Moon. Now, as I've mentioned in this video, I had wanted to watch Sailor Moon, and I hadn't done so far because I'd gone on to different platforms and there would be modern day things, and I wanted to watch some of the older things. Well, I ended up giving up and I just watched the two movies that are on Netflix that are both in 2 parts, so Sailor Moon Eternal and Sailor Moon Cosmos, and I realised I watched them in the wrong order, so that probably confused me even more so. But I found out all the series before those movies is called Sailor Moon Crystal. So I thought, where can I watch Sailor Moon Crystal in the UK? And I would go along to all these different places, and none of that information was true. So there is nowhere I can watch Sailor Moon Crystal series 1 to 6, I think it is, legally in this country. However, there are some special Blu-ray discs getting released. I think 1 in July, series 1, and then 2 and 3 are dropping on the 26th of October, and so on. But they're rather expensive, each one. And I thought, well, do I need these collector tins and everything, really? And I just want to watch them, and then I'm going to have to wait for ages. So I had a little look around, like some people had pirated them, and I didn't really fancy that, really, buying a pirated disc at a high price. Well, anyway, I have found a seller in Malaysia selling what looks an authentic item for £50-something, and I don't know how long I'll wait for it, but it's got all those on, all of Sailor Moon Crystal and Sailor Moon Eternal. But I've already watched Eternal because it's on Netflix, but I think that's the kind of one that carries on from the series. So yeah, so I've been really inspired by all this Sailor Moon fun. Yeah, I've been initiated. Now I've realised there's people that are really into it. Like, I know there is, because I've been to like anime conventions and things, and I've seen how many people dress up in Sailor Moon costumes and things, so I know it's highly popular. And I've seen like doll people are popping up to me now. So some people just collect Sailor Moon, and Dolphy Dream have released a number of Sailor Moon characters and things. So I did watch a lady this week who had finally got the final one, actually Sailor Moon, and she's got the other characters and things. She wasn't a doll collector generally, but she collects Sailor Moon. So yeah, it's been quite falling down a bit of a rabbit hole actually. So yeah, I'm going to look forward to watching the other episodes. So shall we get changing this anyway? And then I'll show you her stand, which you wiggle into the back. Now if you have a smart doll for the first time, it can feel rather difficult actually putting the stand in. You expect it just to go, oh, you know, but you do have to give it a bit of a wiggle and things. So if I pop this off, you're going to see the press stud. So this shirt wouldn't really be much good if you was to wear it with anything else because of the press stud on here. Now what I'm hoping to do with this I've had to thread on. See this centerpiece here? It is the same pattern piece for this. So what I'm going to try and do is put this on her head without actually taking it out. And I've got a press stud. No, I didn't put a press stud on this. I could do if I wanted to make it really, really fixed. Now one way I could get this on very easily is by removing her head. I'm going to see if I can get this on over her head. Yes. Now I think this sits underneath. Oh, I finished my my other doll's outfit. My Elohim Wild doll. She's a Gwen doll, but she's one of Elohim Wild style dolls. Yes, it's underneath the collar. Yeah, I finished her outfit. Basically, I reused the shirt that Tammy had put in for my prize, and I made her a pinafore, and I've knitted her a cardigan, and she's sitting over there. But I did promise my viewers I would continue making a video about what I've made for her. So yes, I don't want to not do that when I've said I'm going to do it. Right, let's have a look at this. So it kind of hangs down in a point at the back here. Yeah, I don't think I need to install a press stud on here to keep it in place. But the only thing I would say about it is, if you look at her from the side, if somebody was up close, you can see the press stud that I've used for this one. So if I have got another one, I could add the same bit on here so I can keep that down in place. But it's not going to go anywhere. But she does look really very sweet with that, doesn't she? Oh, I'm so happy. So anyway, I think I'm going to leave this video here. I'm waiting for my husband to get home because he's booked the afternoon off work because we're going to pick up our replacement car. So we returned our car that we'd not had very long because we had to reject it because it had major problems. And so I've been without a car for quite a while now, and I'm not normally without a car. I've only been without, since I've been 17, I've only been without a car one other time for a few weeks, but this is the second time it's ever happened since I've been driving. So yeah, so it's been, yeah, but having said this, I have been managing to do a bit more videoing. Yes, I've managed to do some more videoing because I haven't been out anywhere. So anyway, if you really like what you've seen today and you'd like to visit me again, please consider subscribing to my channel and liking this video, because it can get it noticed for other people into these hobbies. I don't normally say this, it's free to subscribe. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.